Hello everyone and welcome back to The Lost Mine, a customized D&D 5th edition game played on Roll20. When we last left our heroes, they drove off the wizard Glassstaff and put an end to the Red Band ruffians. They next cast their eyes to Wyvern Tor, where a group of orcs prepared to attack Phandalin. It's at this point I like to award every player a point of inspiration. This is a one-use token you can spend to gain advantage on things like attack rolls, ability checks, or saves, and it's by way of apology since last game. After the duel between Ark and the Ogre, the battle continued. I botched the initiatives. Having intentionally rolled the Ogre and the Orcs on different initiatives, I somehow managed to act everything in both initiative steps. The bad guys ended up attacking twice a turn, so double the trouble. Well done in getting past that, guys. Additionally, you can give your inspiration to another player if you feel they've earned it at that time through roleplay, but you cannot pass them this expendable resource around any time you want. So if you feel like someone's earned it, you can give them your inspiration token if you want to. With that said, I've put you all at full HP. You've taken the time to rest after a hard encounter, doubly so. And anyone that wants to loot the cave before you continue, your next destination I believe was going to be the Old Owl Well, which was down the mountain. You can make a investigation if you would like to look around during the time you spent here.
Yeah, I guess we'll have a look around.
Alright.
That's not with advantage.
Okay. Well, you know, it's enough actually for Rack yourself. I should also mention, after the battle, Ark has reprogrammed themselves to be a monster hunter. They've switched from champion in character to a monster hunter style of fighter, which is Unearthed Arcana. After that defeat, they're not going to go down again from a powerful enemy. With that, they spent most of their time doing that instead of looking around, evidently, with a 9 on investigation. And yourself, Rack, you were able to find an open chest on one side of the cave, which was just around here, and in that chest you found 750 gold pieces, and you also found a silver comb, which you examine, and it appears to be rather valuable, but of ancient elven design. Look, 750 GP and an elven ancient comb.
Choice.
Pocket that.
Alright, and what would you guys like to do? Your next destination would be the Old Owl Well, which is down the mountainside from where you are, and the other point of interest you guys had planned to head to was to go to the ruined area of Thunder Tree, which was once a populous place but ruined by volcanic activity. And since then, nothing good lurks there anymore, but you believe that there is a druid there who could possibly help you with some information regarding to where Cragmore Castle may be.
I believe we'll probably be heading to the well after we. I presume this is. Yeah, I presume we've already had our rest in between the investigation, right?
You have had your rest during that time, and you're back on full hit points. In truth, the Thunder Tree would be on the other side of the area, so you'd either have to go back on the trail and go through Phandalin, or you'd have to go through the woods to get to it, whereas Old Owl Well is much closer.
Before we do, sorry.
No, you get ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say before we do anything, I would like to point out that aside from nursing some post-match injuries, Loris is pretty much just butted up against this corner here, looking unhappy.
In that case, after Kit's woken up, he's just sort of his usual bouncy self-destruct. Right, off to the well we go. You okay over there?
Well, aside from the fact that I got planted again.
I mean, in fairness, that was a really big guy.
True enough. Uncharacteristically quick, too, it seems. Tell me something, Kit. Had we not acted first, Do you think they would have gone back on their word?
Most likely, yes.
You can make an insight check if you would like to, Kit Tor.
Okay, I mean, this is Kid Tor's judgment, but sure.
Yep.
Oh, roll insight. Go on, Authority.
Regardless of the low roll, you feel strongly from your experience, at least with goblins, that they will probably had some sort of agenda. You're not completely convinced with such a low roll, unfortunately. However, from
fair.
your experience, they were probably playing you. And in fact, you're pretty sure during the exchange that the orcs never in fact lowered their weapons during the duel.
And that is Kit would go, I mean, I don't know for certain, but from all of the other assholes we encountered in the world, yeah, they probably wouldn't have stuck to their end of the deal.
Well, it's good to hear. It's good to hear someone else confirm what I've been trying to tell myself. Doesn't do to be in my position. A man of silver beard. To think he's a bad dwarf, man of dishonor. So thank you for that.
No worries, but remember that sometimes being alive is a good thing in itself. After all, there are worse things in this world. Speaking of which, well, field of necromancy, that'll be fun. Let's go.
You don't have to ask me twice. At least with that, I can act on black and white, and I'll just prop myself up with my axe and dust myself off. Realize I'm no longer as shiny as I used to be with all the crap that's coated my armor and robes, and just say, let's be on with it, shall we?
Oh yeah. After this, we could probably head home and rest for a bit in a proper bed, or maybe I could find somewhere to wash. God, I wish I had a comb or something for this fur. Ugh.
I found a comb.
Oh, have you? Sweet.
It looks a bit old though.
At this stage, I don't care. I just sort of borrow it to, if you'll let me, just sort of borrow it to get the knots out of the rest of the trip.
The comb itself is very fine, although it does appear quite ancient. It's at that point you realise that Rack was standing uncomfortably close during the entire exchange.
It doesn't mind.
Yeah, it appears to be of ancient elven design. In fact, do another insight check.
Okay.
At least we're getting out of the way now.
Well,
yeah, Kit just doesn't care.
There's something familiar about ancient elven that has come up recently. Although you are struggling with some knots in your fur.
Oh, that looks interesting.
For yourself, Ark, you consult your memory banks, and you are positive you've heard some ancient elven words spoken. Not just from the Red Band Ruffians, which was used to activate a undead trap, but in fact from a travelling mage known as Gruul, who also said, in fact, the same word, which was elephant. Could be a relation, it could be a common word, but definitely there's some ancient elven roots in the civilization here. And with that, well, we move on to the old owl well.
And hopefully we won't end up well done.
Oh god, you guys have killed me. We haven't even got there yet.
Alright, as you proceed and you crest a low ridge, you spy the crumbling ruins of an old watchtower standing amid the rugged hills. The place is so old that the walls are only mounds of rubble, closing a courtyard of sorts adjacent to a broken stump of old tower. A colourful tent has been set up in the middle of the courtyard, and you can see figures ahead of you. One of them is that of a wizard who is bold with markings etched into their forehead, perhaps scarred in with some sort of ritualistic tattooed fashion. It's very kind of jagged, but striking. Their robes as well are kind of disheveled. They're wearing red robes in total, but it seems like they've pieced them together out of different robes. They come with varying different kind of degrees of fashionable to pretty much, falling to pieces. The other wizard, however, is their image is flickering, and it's almost as if they're ghostly in their presence as they form wavers ahead of you, like they're a projection of sorts. And a frantic mage, who is the less dignified looking one, paces around this more noble wizard, who has a very high noble collar on their gear and very fine robes. Also, the closer you get, a foul stench fills the cold, biting air. The scruffy mage is talking to the flickering image of the other red wizard. Master Rathmondo, I assure you, despite the meddling of those adventurers, my work in the caves of chaos bore fruit. My creations are the perfect soldiers for the time to come. To which the other replies, See that you prove your worth, apprentice. This is not a romanticized poetic god we serve, as Fulin Mondath would have you believe. This is... They pause to thought, and quickly turn. Harmon Cost! You fool! You are being observed! Can you do nothing? Ah, he replies, this shall be evidence. He outstretches his hand to make a symbol of 5 fingers. My weapons shall prove their power. You will see. You will all see. He darts into the tent, and the image vanishes as well. As you approach.
Kit will say in a low voice, Okay, there goes the element of surprise. Do we sneak up on him or just charge at this point?
I'll say, under my breath, historically, Arcanine can't sneak worth a damn anyway, but you could get the jump on them.
The probability of traps is high, particularly with major.
Sound wisdom.
That is true. Okay, I'll at least scout the area, so I'll head up here and investigation check to see if there are any traps, or would it be perception?
Perception to see them.
Okay, let's see if I can...
And then investigation to discern how to disable them.
Okay, 15.
Alright, the closer you get, you can see into the well proper, the further in you go. The soil to you seems like it's been dug up recently. The ground is incredibly uneven the further you get in.
Right. Okay. And I will quickly nod back and go, right, so the ground's been dug up in multiple places and fairly recently, so watch your footing as you go.
Pit traps, of course.
Dead things down underground.
Yeah.
True.
Due to the nature of necromancy, we can't rule out corpses rising from the...
Charming thought. Okay, so either way, be very, very careful. I mean, I can't think of any other way aside from either dancing around them or maybe setting the whole thing on fire, but we don't have enough, forgive the pun, firepower to do that.
Perhaps
Maybe
a
we should
two-pronged approach would be most fruitful.
Is this a hole in the wall right here?
Yeah, wherever you can see through, the walls have crumbled. So the path leads around to a entrance of sorts, although long destroyed. You can get in any way you can find a space to slip inside.
Perhaps if Kit was to stealth for the element of surprise, myself and Norris could draw him out, and Rat could obliterating him from long.
Okay, good as plan as any. And I guess I'll sneak in. I guess I'll stealth in through the entrance. So
Alright, make me a stealth check.
Okay, and if all goes well, I'll get as far as here.
Alright. Stealth has been rolled. And it is pretty good. We'll see if anyone can spot you.
Guess I may as well attempt the stealth as well, if I don't want to get the looking at me.
Alright, you make your way inside. I gotta roll another d20, but never you mind that.
I'll just move up to the entrance.
In that case, Ark will go to, I guess, the main entrance.
Okay.
I
Also,
will.
can I
yeah.
roll a perception in case of traps?
You
before I
can
get
indeed.
Close. Yeah, it wasn't terrible.
From your point, you can see the tent moving as if someone in there is digging around for something. Speaking of digging around, it looks like the entire ground inside of there is a soft soil, and it has been dug up in places all around the place. You yourself notice this below your paws, Kit, as you do make your entrance as well.
Okay. I guess. Okay, I'm gonna just sort of load, knock a short bow and prepare to fire if anything does pop out. Either that or. So I make a perception. I guess I'll also make it, keep it the close eye to try and basically attack if it looks like anything's about to rise out.
So you draw your arrow back and prepare for the assault. At which point, the mage does, shortly after you prepare yourself, he does come out with a book saying, "I have it!" holding it above his head. You may attack if you wish.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
Alright, with that, we will roll on to initiatives. That will be the surprise attack.
Oh my god, damn.
Oh my goodness, the
Oh
my
initiatives are really, really bad.
I mean, I didn't want to
fail
roll
me
low,
now.
but not the expensive, like...
Okay, the good news is the initiative was high, the surprise attack was pants.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. The initiative was great. Unfortunately, it seems I may have accidentally broken my bow during it.
Alright, you bring back your bow. They emerge from the tent with a book in hand. You let loose your arrow, hit straight in the book ahead of them. Ah! They proclaim. Immediately after doing so, you feel the string go limp on your bow. It did snap back with that attack, so it's currently in needing of repair. As that happens, the mage looks dead in your eyes as he emerges. So, it's a fight you've come for, is it? Well, I was prepared. Rise up, my pretties. Rise up! And one after one, arms break through from the soft soil beneath you as the dead rise up all around you. It's at that point where we will move on to initiatives.
Whenever you said the roll was pants, for a second I thought you said the roll was pant, and I was like, man, that's rude. He doesn't roll that low all the time.
I mean, to be fair, rolling a 1 should be called rolling a pen.
It's hard to argue against it, isn't it? And with that, the battle has begun. Kittor actually got a good initiative despite the bad surprise attack, so they are on 23. Loris is on 20 with another fine roll. The zombies, which sprouted up all over the place through the soft soil in the ground, risen from their graves on a 15. Ark is on 12. Harmon Cost, the necromancer, is on 6. And then finally rolling a natural 1 on 3 is Rack. So with that said, Kit, you are first to act.
Okay, first, He'll mutter some goblin curse words under his breath for being distracted by the shiny book and not actually hitting the wizard, and the fact that his bow's broken. Second, he's going to stab the zombie that's appeared right next to him, because that's the more pressing thing.
Go for it.
Short sword.
Alright, that is unfortunately a miss as you come in with that strike. And is there anything else you would like to do?
Okay. In that case, I'm just seeing it dodge out the way. I am going to okay. I am going to use my bonus action to. Let's see. I don't think those other zombies can. No, they actually totally can. I'm going to use my bonus action to disengage and back up here, just so that they, at the very least, then aren't all going to get up on me at once.
That's a good shout. You do that, and then Loris, it is your action.
Okay, this is a very large problem, but one with a much easier solution than diplomacy. So, I'm gonna go right here.
Okay, you move up.
Yeah, actually, would it be right there or right here? Yeah, I'll stay right there, and I'm going to bonus action cast Dragon Breath on
Okay.
myself for fire damage.
Well, sort out.
And full action Cone of Fire toward this cluster right here.
Okay, I actually have fancy tokens, so I'm going to go ahead and get a diagonal cone set up for you.
Appreciate it.
Nice.
Okay, so your angle comes in like that if you go on the side.
Yeah, I'll stand back here and breathe it in that general direction.
Okay, you step up to that
Very good
point.
to get the wizard as well.
You do your breath of fire. That's going to get the front two zombies with the template there. I imagine that's going to be a dexterity save.
Yes,
Okay.
and I'll just roll this ahead of time so you know.
Would you believe zombies do not have good dexterity?
No, really? 7 points of fire damage.
Yep, they both start to burn with that. Now they're fire zombies. That's not a thing.
Well,
don't worry about it.
This has just become significantly more metal.
All right, indeed it is. With that, is there anything else you want to do from your positioning?
That's an action and a bonus action. To get here, I expended 20 feet of movement, so I'm going to take cover.
Okay, stepping back. It does then go to the zombies, who are all going to start to shuffle up.
All right.
A slam. And that is a mighty 7. And then for yourself, Kit, you also get a slam attack coming in on you. For a 9. They're clearly not the perfect
Great
weapons
thing
yet.
about being a machine is you don't have to worry about turning into a zombie.
There you go. You're up, machine.
Well, I may as well just go for the one in front of me, being as he's...
Yeah, they have surrounded you. Right, 16 is a hit.
Mother of God.
You slash deep into that one. Practically taking them down. But they're still just about there. Although they are still slightly
Oh,
on
God.
fire.
I don't think I have any bonus actions. Well, I do, but it's a shame to waste it, so that'll do me, I guess.
Okay, it then goes over to the wizard, who is now going to make his way away from the party. As he backs away, he is screaming towards you. Why have you come here? What do you know? I must protect my work. And he clings onto the book in his hands. He is going to cast, I guess he's going to go with a firebolt. He's going to go firebolt on Ark. You're going to get +2 cover for this because he's shooting through his own tent.
I was going to say, and his own zombies,
19.
but +2 cover, so I guess that takes it down a bit, does it?
Yeah, you'd end up having 2 armor on yourself.
Okay.
So,
So yeah, My AC is 19 anyway, so...
Okay,
if I get
that is
+2
a
armor.
miss because of the cover. It then goes to Rack.
I think I'm going to go for a thunder wave on the 3 in front of us.
Alright, that'll definitely hit them. Alright, Constitution on these guys. They actually are not bad at that, would you believe? So, 2 of them make it, 1 of them fails. That'll be the one in the middle that failed it.
I'm going to spend a sorcery point to re-roll that.
Okay, I was about to say, what a low thunder wave. More of a thunder sparkle.
I don't want to be vulgar, but that's a thunder fart.
Alright. The 2 of them get lightly blasted. 1 of them is slightly more blasted and knocked back. With the thunder wave, it rings out through the whole ruins. In fact, it crumbles the walls around you and the well slightly. But with that, they're still up after it all fades. Anything else?
No, that's all me done.
Okay, Kit, you're up.
Okay, stab the zombie in front of me.
Stab him. Have you met Stab him? Stab him.
And you're in proximity with...
Oh,
That is actually a hit. They only have 8 AC.
oh, yeah.
my goodness.
You are gradually rolling higher, so you can get there eventually.
One day.
And you're in proximity with Rack.
Yeah, you get your
technically,
sneak.
so-
This is not 3.5. You can still sneak undead.
Okay, so that's an extra 13 damage overall.
You practically cut their arm off as you go for the slice. It's hanging on by a thread, but they are hanging on by a thread. Not much of them left, but they don't seem to need much of their body remaining to keep going.
Okay, and in that case, I'll just check this on real quick. Okay, okay. Doesn't look like I can do anything else, so I just get her into the whole position for now.
Okay, Loris, it goes back around to yourself.
Okay, so... I have a choice here. I can either whack at this zombie or do the fun thing, and I'm going to do the fun thing. He can take an attack of opportunity on me.
It will attempt to try and slam into you as you withdraw, and that's going to be a 7, so no. Too slow.
Alright. While I still have this fire breath up, why not use it again? I would like dex saves from these 3 here.
Yep, it will hit those 3 in front of you, the square ahead, and then the next couple of squares. They're going to attempt to dodge it, but zombies are not known for being the most acrobatic. So from the front backwards, first one gets a 13, which I think still fails, and the other 2 both fail as well.
The 13 actually succeeds because my AC is not that... I mean, my DC is not that great yet.
AC/DC. Yeah, the first one just makes it, the other 2 fail, so you may do your damage.
Alright.
Getting ever so slightly more metal with more fire. And
15.
That's a good amount. So the first one is almost entirely caught up by the flames. The others take a significant amount of damage. In fact, the last one does go down with the flame. And I need to make a roll. Let's see if they can do the thing. Okay. I thought it would auto-roll, shows me. Okay, so they're going to make a Constitution saving throw. Not a chance, because it's 5 plus damage taken. Okay, that is that one burnt to a crisp from that fire breath.
I love this. I love the smell of burning zombies in the morning. And I'm just going to stand here. Yeah, I'm just going to stay where I am.
You stay strong. The zombies come back in. So they're going to start to move up again or come around to the combatants around them as they slowly start to make their way in.
I love that zombies are dumb because it just means they walk right into AoEs.
Yeah, they're not the brightest. The one ahead of you, Kit, is going to attack you with the arm that is half on. So it goes for a strike.
That's a hit.
In fact, the arm detaches as it swings and it goes to strangle you.
Imagine it flings its arm at you.
That's going to be 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
So,
For yourself, Loris, you're looking at one of them attacking you, 21, so I imagine that hits Loris.
Let me just check something real quick.
Then Ark, dead on a 19, which I think just hits you, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I
Alright.
can't do anything about the 21 even if I put shield up.
Okay, so you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage, Loris, and Ark, you take a mighty 3 points of bludgeoning damage also, and it does come around to yourself.
Well, I guess I'll just smack the one that's right in front of me.
Alright, go for it. That is a hit. Alright,
God, your damage output is madness today.
you practically
Well, that's to make up for last session.
you practically slice its head off, but as the neck snaps back, it reels forward, and it's still going. Is that all for yourself?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Alright, it goes back to the wizard, who from their advantage can see their handiwork in motion. Fools! Surrender now, and I might let you live. And he aims his hand over his book and once again sends a firebolt towards the most appealing target, which would be the metal man, because it is rather intimidating. That's going to come in, and they're actually going to have the wherewithal to move themselves a little bit. They step in front of this area behind them, and even through the fight you notice a wary look back, like a look of concern behind themselves. But then they step forward. So they're going to go ahead with a shoot at you, so they're not firing through their tent. And that is going to be a 18, just misses. Hits the zombie, which is already in some amount of fire from the flames that are rising up around there. Alright, it goes to Rack as he steps back as well.
I'm going to do an acid splash on the zombie in front of me and one behind it.
Alright,
Make a deck save.
dexterity saves for the zombies. First one is terribly burned by the acid, an actual 0. The one behind that still takes it. Alright, the acid burns into them. What little remains of that zombie ahead of you is not looking good, as its face was just burnt off. It's now a gaping maw with what seems to be the ever so slight but stinking bleeding brain that is burning away ahead of it. With just the eyeballs remaining, with the rest of the face melting away.
We've gone from okay, so we've gone from an Iron Maiden battle to a death metal battle.
I was just thinking like Raiders of the Lost Ark, where his face melts off.
That works too.
You want to take his face off. Anyway, enough movie references. Is that everything, Rack?
Yeah, there's nothing else I can do.
Kit, you're up again.
okay then, stab it and hope he dies.
Have you met Stab him? Coming in with that strike. That is a hit.
Thank God.
And you are trending upwards on those rolls. Alright.
And is that sneak attack or no?
It is sneak attack. You are next to an ally.
Okay,
Alright.
so 15 overall.
I've got to make a constitution save. No, you stab into them, directly into that melting mass ahead of you. And thankfully, for whatever semblance is left in that shell, they are now taken out.
Okay, and just gonna check something real quick. Let's see. Let's see. I think it's just out of range. Hold on. Yeah, they are. Okay, in that case, I am just going to maintain a position, just sort of. I'm just going to sort of spin the dagger, think of a quit for the moment, then remember that they're all zombies and just decide against it.
Okay, Loris, it's your action.
Well, I have this spell for a minute. You know what I'm gonna do. 4 deck saves.
More fire?
I
Alright.
bid you to burn.
They're in great positioning as well for your templates, actually.
Yeah,
One
I
ahead,
love
3
it.
behind, that's absolutely perfect. Alright, from the front backwards, the second one along the, I should say, the first one along the second row makes it. The others all fail. One of them even got a -1, which is impressive.
Love it.
I like to imagine it's just leading sort of further into the fire as opposed to trying to.
It just opens its mouth like.
Its knees fall off, and it just tips forward. 10 points of fire damage.
Alright, 10 points of fire damage comes in. For one of them, which is directly ahead of you, because the one on the far left was looking really bad, but they made their save. There's going to be a Constitution save. They've got to make 15. And they do, so it burns to a crisp, and what little remains somehow comes back to form and bears ready to fight again.
I'll just with a mouthful of flame and my eyes kind of blazing, say, "Well, that'll just be more of the same then," and I'm just going to hold the line.
Gloating and grandstanding from the back, you can hear the wizard. "Aha! You see, my creations cannot be defeated." It then goes ahead to them.
When are they actually on fire? Or
Yes,
is
they're
it
on
just
fire. Cinematically, they're on fire. In terms of game, they have been burnt.
No.
The wizard continues. "You fools! Go over the wall! Go over the wall! Go over the wall!" Two of them ahead kind of look back. And attempt athletics checks. I say attempt
boy.
because, they're zombies. Alright, and their rolls are surprisingly good.
Okay.
That's going to be their turns, but they do manage to find themselves over each side of the wall. The first one simply moves up to where the other one was slain. And around the side you are getting surrounded by zombies as well, as the rest of them start to make their way into you.
They must have been the least decomposed zombie.
Former gymnasts, I imagine, of some sort. They hop.
Now I've just got a picture of like zombies in like unitards and stuff like walking around.
Well, they hop, skipped, and jumped over there. So, Kit, you're looking at a slam, because you were the one in the way. That's a natural one.
There's another arm.
They try and bite you, but their teeth come off. They just come right out of their mouth, like corn on the cob.
I just look at them and goes, "This is unpleasant."
You're looking at
This
three.
is horrifying, but for completely different reasons.
You're looking at 3 slams apiece for Loris and Ark, so I'll do them in that order. For Loris first, 3 slams. A natural 20 on one of them, so that one's going to hit. And for Ark,
Okay.
you are looking at very bad rolls, but one of them gets you on the 19. So that natural 20 on yourself, Loris, is going to be a mighty 9 points of bludgeoning damage. And then for Ark, you're looking at 7 points of bludgeoning damage as well. And then it would go back to you, Ark.
The one in front of me, did that get reduced to 0 last turn, or is that still?
It stepped back up. It's on fire. It's barely there, but something is keeping it going.
Suppose I may as well have a crack at that one.
Alright, you come in with your strike. Alright, impossible not to drop them, but I need the damage anyway because that'll be their DC, if they can return to form. Alright, so it's going to be 13 on the Constitution save to see if the Undead Fortitude can continue to keep them going. Let's see if they are still up after that, and if they are taken down by that strike. As you cleave off their burning head, which flies into the tent and slowly sets that afire. No!
This poor bastard.
Anything else, Ark?
Nah, it's...
Okay, it's
No.
gonna go back to them. So you like fire, do you? Well, I'll give you a taste of it. He's once again gonna try and firebolt you.
I was mortified for a second that was going to be a fireball.
No, it went past the natural 20, but it is a 20, not natural. That is going to be some damage. The firebolt comes in for 18 points of fire damage. It's D10s.
Oh,
That's gross, man.
that hurts.
How do you like it, huh? as he steps back.
Oh man, this guy.
Rack, it's your action.
Seeing the wizard giving them orders and all, I'm going to attempt to maybe take him out and send a chaos bolt his way.
Okay. You don't have a line of sight on him currently, I'm afraid.
It'd be
No.
disadvantaged as well, actually, wouldn't it?
I don't know if this works for you, but if you click on your token and press Control L, do you get your line of sight? Or is it just me that gets that?
Oh, no, that works.
Yeah, cool.
In that case, I'm going to attempt to hit the one below me with my staff.
Alright, go for it. The staff comes in. That is still a hit. They have terrible armor. Barely being held together. You conk it on the head. The head kind of depresses in a little bit. You're pretty sure you've done some sort of spinal injury that they would be mad at if they were living. Anything else?
No, that's me.
Alright, Kit, it's round to you again. This time surrounded.
Okay, I am going to attack the one in front of me.
Go for it.
Go for a slash him this time.
That is a hit. And these rolls,
Serial escalation.
you also get your sneak. The rolls are trending upwards. Alright, they are barely there as you slice them to bits with several cunning cuts across them. Somehow the pieces are being held together by maybe some kind of necromantic magic, you don't know.
And as my bonus action, since it's come to this, I am going to catch this zombie's attention below me by spinning the dagger around to distract him with a shiny thing, and that should give Rack an advantage on his next attack against him.
It kind of pops its head out and morbidly looks sort of dazzled at your moving of the dagger.
Just imagining that old TF2 meme. Nope.
Loris, you're up.
Oh, there's a way I could get do a ton of damage right now, but it would involve eating 3 attacks of opportunity.
Will it favor the brave and the bold? We don't know.
Let me. How bad are the 3 in front of me looking?
I will give you that 2 of them ahead of you are barely keeping it together. They're just shells of their former selves, which are already shells of their former selves.
Okay, I'm going to Green Flame Blade.
Okay.
The fire foaming from my mouth turns green as I raise my battle axe high.
A green flame blade comes in for an attack on the zombie ahead of you. If successful, it will jump over to the next one. Just a miss, I'm afraid. Just out of their armor class.
Can I do anything to bump that? No, I can't.
I mean, you might be able to use your inspiration if MVL will allow you to use it retract.
Inspiration can only be used before the roll and not after.
Oh, that would have been a great thing to declare.
Captain Hindsight to the rescue! Anything else? Loris?
I don't have any bonus actions after that point.
Okay. If that's everything...
And if I move, I will be attacked by literally everything, so...
Actually reminds me you need to make me a concentration check for your spell.
Oh, and that's an absurdly high DC. Okay. Alright. How much damage should I take?
You took below 10, so it would just be 10.
Okay.
Alright, you're still
Okay,
good?
yeah, maintain it.
With that, it does go to the zombies once again. The one that was distracted is going to attack Rack with the slam attack. And then with the positioning... Oh, that's a 21. Isn't it slamming?
Oof.
4. 5 points of bludgeoning damage. And then with the positioning as it is, 2 of them are attacking yourself. Kit.
That's fair.
Both 6s. We've got one more. We've got the number of the beast. Let's see if we can do it. Yeah, number of the beast is actually 616. It was mistranslated. Botched, like many of my rolls. Anyway, alright, so the zombies don't seem to know what they're doing, but their orders are to attack. 2 of them are going to go on Ark. 3 of them, with the positioning as it is, are going to go on to Loris. So those are going to come in for Loris first. With the slams, one of them is a hit on a 22. And
That's at least not a natural 20.
It is not a natural 20. And on Ark, see if we can get a natural 20. No, but still pretty good, another 22. Alright, so Loris, you're looking at a 4 points of bludgeoning damage, and for Ark, you're looking at a mighty 2 points of bludgeoning damage. And it then comes around to you, Ark.
Right, first things first, I'm going to use a bonus action to second wind.
Your second wind program is activated to bring you back some hit points.
So that's brought me back from the very... Can't move without taking, what's that, to 4 attacks.
Yeah, it would be pretty devastating if they were to hit you if you moved.
Yeah, it's if they hit me though, but that's...
Save.
Oh, quite right, yeah, you are hit. That's gonna end your fire breath, because it's below 10.
I'm going to use my arcane deflection to add +4 to that.
Okay, not a problem. With that, you do make your concentration and maintain your fire breath.
Cool.
Right. I will attack this zombie to my right.
Okay. One directly next to you. That's a hit. You cleave into this one, but this one's fairly fresh off the proverbial undead monster shelf that it was picked from, and it's still going.
Yes.
Alright, with that, it's going to go over to Harmon Cost, who once again shouts to you, "You see, perfect. Except for you, you don't appear to be doing anything. But the rest of you, perfect creations." It just feels mean, but he's going to come around again, and he's going to do another firebolt towards Ark.
Oh god.
Once again, he seems rather nervous of the area behind him for whatever reason. But the firebolt's going to come in. That's his 25 is a hit somehow. 2d10, 10 points of fire damage. You're still there, but only just. It keeps hitting like the same point in your armor, and it's penetrating through to your internal circuits. Devastatingly so. After that, Rack, it is your action.
Attempt to add to the pitiful dent I did last time.
Well, you do have advantage now because it's being distracted. That is a hit. The staff comes in for another, albeit pitiful dent again. But you do knock it slightly silly. Anything else you want to do?
No, I'm stuck where I am.
Okay.
I'm just imagining you're just doing that cartoon whack-a-mole thing.
Yeah, pretty much by the point the round comes around, it's managed to pull its head outside of its chest, and you just pop it back down in there. Kit, it's your action.
Okay, keep slashing the guy in front of me until it goes down.
Go for it. That's the plan of stabbing. Just a hit. You only needed 8. Alright.
And
you can give me your damage and your sneak damage. I will roll a constitution save. See if this thing could get past that. That's really good. It's going to be a tough one. Nope, not enough. Alright.
Nice.
You stab into that one, and it was being held together by strings of flesh, and you eviscerate it into pieces in front of you. Anything else you want to do?
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna once again use the dagger in my spare hand to spin it up and distract it again, giving Rack an advantage on his next attack.
You're distracting the one below Rack again, and it will go around to Loris.
Okay. my theoretical damage output is way higher with Dragon Breath. Which technically isn't a spell, so I could use it again, in spite of my Arcane Deflection. Having said that, I'm going to try the Green Flame Blade again and maybe get one of these zombies off of Arc.
Alright, go for it. Only 8 to hit them.
Thanks for reminding me.
The attack comes in, and it's a natural 1.
Can you please just never say, it's only this to hit? Because
Jinx.
I feel like you're just cursing us on
Jinx!
purpose.
Yeah. I'm ending turns on natural 1s, unfortunately, so that's going to plant you in your place. It then unfortunately goes around to the zombies. That's a shame, you could have taken 2 out. As it stands, the distracted one's going to go for a rack again. And you got 1 apiece on that
Suddenly,
side.
salt appears in all of your wounds.
That's going to be a hit on rack, I believe. And that is going to be 4 points of bludgeoning damage. And then a slam onto Kit. And that's a definite miss. And then 2 attacks onto the Metal Man with the slams. And one of those is just a hit. And 7 points of bludgeoning is going to knock him down.
Oh, did I just miss getting smashed to pieces?
You did just get smashed to pieces, yeah.
Oh boy.
And then the remaining 3 are going to attack Loris. No
Okay.
hits, however.
No. Okay. I can do something about this then.
Okay, Ark, roll me a d20. I'll let you know that you can use your inspiration for your death saving throw.
I'll save that for if I need.
Okay. Don't roll another 1. No, that is a failure, however. Goes back around to Harmon Cost, who comes around to gloat once again. At this point, the tent has pretty much burned away. He's grumbling about that. My research, nevertheless, evident of my triumph. And you see, all of the heroes shall fall. And you, surrender, he points directly towards you, Loris. And I might spare you.
I say in response, green flame still billowing out of my mouth. I say in response, stand and deliver, coward, for a dwarf does not fall so easily.
Oh, we will have to see about that. And he does let loose a firebolt in your location.
Just for the sake of argument, shield up.
Okay. That's a miss, however. It bangs into the back of the head of one of his own creations. Blast! Well, give it time, and soon you'll join me. Dead or alive. And he darts back away again. Rack, it's your action.
The tent is a skeleton right now, pretty much, right?
Yes, you can see past it.
Perfect.
Summoning all my strength to see if I can get into the zombie skull.
He gives it another swing. That is a hit. Alright, you're a little bit closer to cracking that egg. You can see morbid material coming out from the inside, but it's just enough stability to maintain itself not to be a zombie omelette. Anything else you want to do?
A zombie.
No, I'll scramble it next turn.
Okay. Kit.
Slice him, dice him, hope that other god it kills him.
I go for it. Oh, it rolled past the 20. At least it did on my screen. You do not get sneak on this one, I'm afraid, because you have the enemy has to be within 5 foot of it. No sneak on that, I'm afraid, because you didn't have an ally within 5 feet of the enemy. But you did still stick it to it. Anything else you want to do?
Once again, 12 dagger, distract to give Rack advantage. And
You can see the zombie's eyes, vacant as usual, are even more vacant at this point. Loris, it's your action.
I'm going to invoke advantage and hit this guy with a level 2 Chaos Bolt.
Okay.
I mean, Witch Bolt.
Which bolt is it?
Witch Bolt. It's
Which
the one
bolt,
I
though?
actually
Tell me the bolt. Which bolt?
It's... Oh, God. Yeah, we could do this forever, and it would be funny to the people watching it, but I won't do it to Jonah.
Alright, make your attack.
I don't have for some ungodly reason, I don't have a template for that, but...
Alright. 13, I'm afraid, is not a hit. The attack comes in, it hits, the mage puts up his arms in defense, and it hits just before it hits the body of the mage. It shatters on some sort of unseen armor. Oh, excellent, yes! I'm invincible. Like my cohorts.
Okay, so this is the thing. Shield is still up, so I have 21 armor class. It's up until the end of my turn. Which is why I'm out of here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm just gonna lure them back to the others.
Alright, 3 of them are going to attempt the slam. As you get out of dodge. No hits, however.
Perfect. I'm just gonna hold there and beckon them closer. There's nothing I can do for Ark, because even if I was a trained medic, my wisdom is 8.
Okay. I don't know how to fix one of those. Okay, it goes to the zombies. 2 of them are going to stagger over to melee range. The rest of them are going to keep making their way around towards you. And they are going to attempt to slam you as you make your way over there. Those 2 get a double 17.
Shield.
Okay, shield comes in to give you the protection. And then the zombie below Rack is going to attempt to go at him. That's a 21. Might not have...
Roll a 6 on the kit toward in a minute.
I know, right? That's going to be 3 points of bludgeoning on you, and then it's going to slam Kit. And 15, no.
That hits.
Alright, not a 6 though. Another 7 points of bludgeoning damage to Kit. Then it will go around to Ark for their life or death save. Okay, that's a plus. You're getting up there.
Hey.
Alright, it moves over to the necromancer Harmon Cost, who slowly starts to make his way forward. He seems to be pondering, like, what would I even do with one of those? I can't zombify it. As he slowly thinks to himself. Rack, it's your action.
I'll reel the staff back like a baseball and hope for a home run.
Okay, let's see if you can do it. If you can send that head flying, that's a hit.
It's good.
Alright, we've got a constitution save to be made here. For the undead.
So that looks like a 12 to beat.
No, it's a 7.
It's a home run!
You reel back,
Outta here.
you hit it high, and it goes over the ruins. Just as it does so, Loris, you're astounded to see the head of a zombie land, and almost instinctively, maybe one of the zombies ahead of you might have been a catcher in former life. It grabs it, and it sort of looks around like, He's out of there. Anyway,
Catch it, Chicky.
I might I'll
sorry.
move up.
Alright, you move away now that you're unaccosted, and Kit, it is your action.
Okay, stab the guy.
Alright. The stab attack is coming in. This time it's just a hit. 8 armor on these
Okay.
things. Not well protected. You're hitting, and you get your sneak on that as well. Means I've got to make another constitution save on this one.
That's an absurd DC too.
Yeah,
I love Rose.
They can't get a natural one. That's for sure. You cut off its head, and the body crumbles to the ground likewise. Anything else you want to do?
Okay, I'm just gonna check something real quick. So it's Control L to check line of sight?
Yes.
Okay, so unfortunately, according to the line of sight, I can't actually see Loris, so I am going to
Yeah, Loris is
Let's
behind
see.
the wall, unfortunately.
and I now okay, there we go. So what I'm gonna do instead is go through here. 1, 2, 3, and I am going to. I guess I'll start moving towards this guy. So hang on, 1, 2, 5, 6. Okay, I can move that far. So I'll then I should then have him in my sights. And last thing to double check. Okay, I can just see Loris now. So with that in mind, I am going to let's see, I'm within range. So with that, I am going to just let out a high pitched let out a high pitched yell, which should A, get the mage's attention, but B, also give Loris advantage on the zombie in front of him, which is the only one I can see.
Okay, you let out a squeal, as if someone's trying to take your bowl of food away from you, and it distracts the zombies enough that Loris will have advantage on that zombie ahead of them. Loris, it does come around to you.
It's deeply appreciated, but this is all according to plan.
Fair
See,
enough.
You know what they did for me here? Not only am I still under the effects of shield, they're in a box. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Make those attacks of opportunity. 21 to hit me.
Alright, 2 of them are going to try and slam you. Not a
No
chance.
such luck. Fire breath.
Alright, that's going to hit all of them in their positioning. So, a bunch of dexterity saves there.
8 points, but they're all getting this.
Ooh, terrible dexterity
They all
rolls.
fail.
Did I
Nice.
mention they're not very good at dexterity? Being zombies. Alright, that's going to require a couple of saves. 3 of them are incredibly badly burnt and burnt away. 2 of them drop from the attack. We'll see if they end up standing up again or not with the Constitution save. So one of them does, unfortunately, and the other one does not. So the one ahead is down. This one has just come back to bear.
Alright, and I came from here. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. I'm going to move to the edge of the map and make them work to keep up with me.
Okay. It does go to their action. As a free action, the wizard ahead of you, he looks towards the rogue coming in their direction. Him! Take him out! He's coming to get me! In a not so dignified panic, with that, 2 of them do make their ways through the cracks in the wall, and the other 2, because they're kind of dumb, are going to try and climb over with their strength. And they do not. So they end up on the ground ahead in front of this previous
Considering
area.
that partially crumbled, that's even more humiliating.
The wall sort of comes away as they do come over.
2 of them are just hobbling there. Oh no, my knees!
These 2 that do make it up to you, though, they squeeze through the cracks just enough to attempt 2 slam attacks at yourself.
15 to hit.
One of them does strike true, and that is going to be 4 points of bludgeoning damage. After which,
Okay.
it would go to Ark, who needs to give me a d20 roll. Alright, that's a good. 2 up and 1 down for yourself. It goes up to the wizard again. Last chance. I have more, many more. Surrender now, and I might let you live. Speaking directly to you, Kit.
If it's as one of these things, then no.
Very well. Perhaps you better serve me dead. And he's going to try and fire a firebolt towards you.
Okay.
As that comes in.
Again, 15 to hit.
Ooh, a natural one. That's going to stick him in his place. His finger almost somewhat explodes with a puff of black smoke. Kind of cartoon style. Wah, wah.
And Kit also just yells out, that was pretty much the point of what I was saying earlier, but okay.
His gaze goes ahead to the area to the side. You did this. I knew I couldn't trust you. Alright. Barak, you're up.
I'm gonna enter towards the well.
And you make it inside.
And at this point, I'll Chaos Bolt the wizard.
Okay, the Chaos Bolt comes in.
And I'll
Okay.
use my advantage roll.
Alright. The attack comes in strong. That is definitely a hit. Nothing they can do about that. Alright, it slams into them. They partially blast them back into the rubble, but they just about hold themselves up. No! No! How have you? How? Anything else you want to do?
No, that's it for my turn.
Okay. Kit, it's your action.
Okay, first off, slash. Let's go with this guy
Okay, go for it.
with the short sword.
That is a hit.
Okay, and slash.
Alright, it's going to be a constitution saving throw. See if
Okay.
it can maintain its position. And it can for a DC 12. So you
Okay.
cut it down and it rises up once again.
Okay. In that case, remind me, if you're not a dual wielder and you're trying to use your second weapon,
However, if you have the dual wielder feat, you can draw 2 weapons at once. So since you've already got 1 weapon out, it's fine to draw another one, but if you wanted to draw 2 at the same time, you couldn't do that without the feat. Another thing is that the dual wielder feat lets you have weapons that aren't light involved in the dual weapon fighting, but that's not a really big issue for you because you're a rogue.
that is fair enough, because I'm really tempted. I'm trying to decide between going after the mage or stabbing this guy in the eye with my dagger.
Well, you can draw a weapon and take a bonus action strike if you like, as part of your attack.
You know what? I'll do that just to prevent Enrock from being overwhelmed, so I'll...
That is still a hit on an 8. They're not
Okay.
greatly armoured,
And so
so that
it would
is...
just be a 4 then.
Alright. That means they have to make a DC of 9 for their constitution to maintain their positioning. And once again, you pincushion them down, but they rise up again with that undead fortitude.
Okay.
And you stay in your place, Kit?
Yeah, but I've used my bonus action, so I can't really disengage. And if I did move, it would leave Rock open to attack, so I'll leave it at that.
Okay, Loris, you're up.
Alright, from my position, how bad does the mage look after that?
He looks shaken. It's hard to tell. He's not exactly bloodied from the attack, but, you know, his clothes were disheveled before the incident. They're pretty much wrecked now. Any fineries he had on him are not looking so fine.
Okay, that's fine. No pun intended.
I don't believe you. Make a deception roll. Nah, I digress.
Oh no, my negative charisma score, my only weakness. I'm going to I might end up regretting it if I do it that way. But you know what? I'm gonna bring the fire to him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll look at him and say, still with the dragon breath effect, I said stand, and deliver. And dex save, please.
Okay. The wizard, sorry, I should say, the necromancer will attempt to dodge your attack. No, they will not. Not on a 6.
6 points of fire damage.
You char them as they start to go up in flames, backing once again, only held back by the rubble behind them. Cease! Who sent you here? Anything else you want to do?
I'm not answering that question. I'm just going to actually just to prevent him from scarpering, because I learned my lesson with Glassstaff. I am his problem now.
Okay. It then goes to zombies. These two are going to stand up, and they're pretty much just going to shuffle around a little bit because they use up half their movement to stand up. The other two are going to come in with attacks on Kit because they're right next to them. In fact, one of them will move around ever so slightly just to get in front of you and their master. The 2 slams are going to come in for a 22 and a natural 1. 22 does
Let me
hit.
check that one.
Let me check. 22. 4 points of bludgeoning damage. It then goes to Ark,
Right, so
who has another d20 to roll. Alright, you are stabilized. You are not.
Yay, he reformatted.
You're not conscious, but you are stabilized. It does go to the wizard again, and from their positioning, they can see their tools of war mostly massacred, and what's left is not looking in the best of shape. He turns around and once again casts his eyes back behind. I knew it! My question! You lied to me! Puts his fingers up and snaps them. As he does so, the rest of the bodies fall flat on the ground around you. Even though, to be completely fair, they were barely up as it was anyway. They were but a couple of strikes from going down. He could clearly see he was on the losing end of this exchange. He looks dead ahead at Loris. Whoever sent you, I'll send you back to them in pieces when we meet again. And his eyes now go to the cracks within the wall to his side, as he puts his arms in front of him and transforms into purple mist, and in a flash vanishes from your sight. And there you have it! You've taken out the zombies, and the mage has retreated from battle.
And Loris just says, with a fiery sigh, I'm starting to hate it when they do that.
With that, guys, we are going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. The action will continue after this short break. Alright, we return to the action with Harmon Cost retreated and the zombies taken care of as their bodies slowly burn away from the destruction that has been brought to them through this battle. You find yourselves in Old Owl World proper, The tent, the former lodgings of the wizard, you assume, has slowly started to come away from the fires itself, but there's still a certain amount of material left inside of there, most likely, and you also haven't explored deeper into the area where the wizard's eyes definitely drew at several points during the battle.
I'll investigate the tent because it seems like we've destroyed it good and proper.
I go for it?
I'm gonna look down the well.
Okay. The well itself?
Yep.
Alright. So,
21.
Rack, make me a perception check.
I'm just going to investigate on Ark since he was KO'd a short time ago.
Okay, you're looking into the well, Rack. The further you lean forward, though, you start to see yourself ever so slightly tip, but you pull yourself back just as you're about to go over. You're not sure if it's the glimmer of any water left in there, or perhaps reflections of something metallic in the light, but there could be something down there.
I might have to secure a rope, I think.
For yourself, Loris, you do find what was probably more of a comfortable traveling suit before it went up in flames. There's evidence of a bed of some sort, a chair, a writing desk, and supplies. All of the papers have since gone to wreck, but there are somewhat evidence of designs on the workings of stitching together bodies. Nothing legible at this point, but definitely they were working on whatever they were working on for quite some time. There is, however, a chest that remains undestroyed from the events that preceded. Inside there is a set of clothes, common clothes, as if the person would go in disguise when going to town perhaps. There's also 20 gold pieces and a single pearl, which glimmers in there, and a potion of healing, and a magical scroll as well, which does appear to be in a bone tube of some sort.
All right, so I'll distribute the gold among the four of us later, so that's 5 apiece. The potion will go to whoever has the least potions, and I would like to identify that scroll if I can.
Okay, you can in fact even use the pearl to help you aid in the identification. It is a scroll of darkness.
Darkness is second level.
Okay, good. I can use that then. So if nobody's opposed to that, I will keep that on me.
Mhm.
All right.
Can I attempt to secure a rope with a iron piton thing and then lower myself in?
Yeah, if you're gonna hammer it into a spike in the ground, you can give me a strength check. Bear in mind the ground itself is soil and has been dug up.
Maybe if somebody could hold the rope, I'll call someone over.
Okay, I will hold it, but before I do that, I am going to give one of my healing potions to Ark just so that he can get some of his HP back.
In fact, Ark hasn't come to consciousness yet, so you can
Okay.
you can rouse them.
Okay, so I will rouse them first, then give them the potion.
There you go. You're back up, Ark.
Reboot completed.
Gifted a potion
The
as you do.
extended warranty was a lie.
Man,
Man, those 200-year warranties coming in really handy.
Okay, so that leaves me with the 1 healing potion, and I'm just gonna go and help Rock with his rope. So I believe that's 2d4.
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2, yeah.
Okay.
I think there's something in the... Wow, you hold this a minute.
Okay. Never mind, we got the exact same roll. Okay, I'm gonna hold on to the rope.
All right, you're holding onto the rope, and then Orak, you're going to go down there. That means, Kit, you have to make me a strength check.
Uh-oh.
Would I be able to assist with that?
You could, but you went down before you did.
Oh, never mind then. Good luck.
All right.
Oh,
Well, the good news is, Rak, you definitely get to see the bottom of the well.
Yay!
The bad news is, you
Can I
take.
attempt to slow my fall by stretching myself out against the
You
sides?
kind of do, but regardless, you do land and take 9 points of bludgeoning damage. Fortunately, you weren't really expecting to be dropped as you went down there.
And you just, there's like a loud thud, and then you just hear from the top of the well. Sorry.
What do I see at the bottom? No, I'm
You
there.
do have dark vision, so you can make an investigation while you're down there. Alright, you pick up a couple of pebbles. At the bottom of the well there are bones. It seems like maybe discarded parts that weren't used in the assembly of zombies was thrown down there. But between all of it, something does glimmer from the small amount of light that does make it down there. And you're able to pull out one ring that glimmers in your hand.
Is an
Whilst
Arcana
this
check
is-
enough, or have I got a?
You can attempt an Arcana check on it.
Whilst this is going on, am I able to squeeze in a short?
You could start a short rest, but it would take time for it to happen.
I'll start a short rest and hopefully.
Okay, you pretty much see what's going on, and you camp yourself down on the ground and think they're fine. It's going to take an hour or two of inactivity to get the short rest in.
The great thing about this is I can stand there and look like I'm just watching, and technically I am watching.
Your Arcana check tells you that it seems to be some sort of ring of protection. You've seen something similar, but you couldn't be sure until you get it into the light. What you do know is as soon as you picked up the ring, you felt a terrible chill come over you.
There's definitely nothing down here with me, is there?
You can't see anything moving, but you're left with a large amount of discarded body parts. Some of them still fresh and squidgy.
Is it easy enough for me to get to the rope again, or is it too high?
The
up
rope
now?
is with you. It went down.
Right.
Oh,
Oh, cool. Up to the others. I need another rope.
I have just double check. I think, do I have a rope on me? I think I do. They do. Yes, I do. In that case, I get the rope, hand it over to Oris, and then say, could you hold this and pull it back up, please? I'm not very good at this.
I'll say, in your defense, I'm not the strongest dwarf, but I think this is the wiser choice. I will toss it down, and
Holding one end, right?
yes, goes without saying. I hope.
You got a second rope with you there.
I got this. Whee!
Okay, so strength save.
If you're going to hold on, you want to pull him up, that'll be a strength check.
Mm-hmm. It's the same thing for me. Oh
All
my
right,
god.
You're pulling. You can't make the rope
Well,
move.
I will say, it's out of battle, but would you let me add +4 to that with my reaction?
That still wouldn't be enough, I'm afraid.
Can I
Yeah, just so I don't go ass over tea kettle.
Sort of like planking it.
If not, I will assist him.
You may attempt again, or you may assist him with advantage. Bear in mind, it's a strength ability and not a strength save. So two of you are going to grab the rope. You may attempt to bring him up as well.
Okay. And I'll let you
yeah,
roll again because I have a -1 to strength, which I completely forgot what I was doing.
As this transpires, Ark is watching on diligently, or perhaps in sleep mode.
Supervising.
That's better.
As you do so, you are able to get him up. It's a bit slippery going. As you get about halfway up, you start to feel your feet slipping on the rocks as they're wet from the rain that's come down there. But you're just about able to pull yourself up. For a moment, you almost feel the ring slip from your grasp, but you hold on tight, and you come over the top of the well, and you're back out. As soon as you do, however, you can feel the air start to grow cold. And as the air grows cold, a powerful feeling of dread grips you. Cold pale light flickers in the air, rapidly taking the form of a female elf from the far side of the well, as it moves hoveringly closer towards you. Her hair and robes waving in a spectral wind. Who may have once been beautiful, but a hateful expression twists her features now. "Foolish mortals," she snarls. "What do you want from here? Do you not know it is death to come here?"
Sorry, you go ahead.
I'm just kind of wide-eyed, hand ready at my axe.
Kid as goes, we were trying to get rid of evil undead.
He simply laughs at that.
Okay, apologies if you are undead. Right. Well, we can leave if you like.
I see. You want to come into my home and leave. Just like that.
Well, in fairness, we were just getting rid of a mage and he's gone. I mean, was he your guest or was he someone else? So,
In times gone by, they would offer me tribute.
I've got a nice comb. You look like you keep your hair nice, but maybe this comb will be good for you as well.
Her expression softens as she has been getting more bemused and less angry as the conversation has gone on. You mentioned the comb. Do you show it?
Yes.
The ghostly figure smiles again with cold amusement. Very well. I know you seek many things. Ask me one question, and I will give you an answer.
I have... Actually, in character, I'll say... warily, what do you know that you... What exactly do you know? What have you seen and what can you answer?
I have seen death. I have seen destruction. I have seen whole towns swallowed by darkness. And I have seen the wizards and their plans and the terrible things that are to come. And I have seen what waits for you. Darkness. Darkness. And she vanishes.
It's not. Really wish you would have been more specific, but I guess that's kind of in the wheelhouse of what we already knew, I suppose.
Prophecies and darkness, like we're living in some old tale.
On the plus side, at least we know, well, at least have an inkling that they're all connected now. So that's one win for us. And we burn a lot of zombies, which I can only think is a good thing.
I'll take it, certainly.
I just like to imagine Loris's like deep depression over the proceedings, yet Kit's like constant and cheerful optimism just coming in.
As you say that, I'll just shake my head and say, well, I know no more leaving this place than I did coming here, which is the story of most of my days. So what say we take this thing back to base camp and get drunk?
I suppose we'll have to pass back either on the way to the Thunder Tree, so sure.
Alright, so you're making your way back to Phandalin.
Are we doing the short rest first?
I believe that was implied, yeah.
Yeah.
You can take a couple of hours here and use any hit die you want to use before you travel if you'd like to.
Yes.
Okay, I'll use one.
With that, our party have used half their level in hit dice during a short rest and then travelled back to Phandalin with what they have discovered. Our plan is to get drunk, I imagine. When you return to the Miners' Exchange, Sildar is still occupying the front of house, as it were, and Minra has changed out of their rags that they were in, and they're seeming a bit more comfortable. They're still sort of hanging around, getting to grips with the things that they didn't have access to over the last amount of time they've been in cell.
It just sort of gives him a cheerful wave and then carries on. He's starting to learn not to have long, protracted conversations.
She gives you a wave, a cheerful no, but she does acknowledge you.
And I guess the one thing I'll also say to the shopkeeper as well. Hey, how are things? Nothing too bad going on around here, is there?
Well, I know that they left for some sort of mission, but I wasn't informed exactly what to do except hold down the fort here. As I understand, you guys are the real heroes.
I guess it depends on who you talk to, but sure.
Well, tell me then. What have you been up to since we last spoke?
I'll look at Kit and the others and say, Well, do you want to break the news, or should I be the one?
I mean, we fought a lot of orcs and killed them all. That was nice. We fought a lot of zombies and killed them all. Then there was a mage we didn't kill. He ran away. There was a little scary lady who told him darkness and doom, but then she disappeared. So there's that.
Well,
I'll nip in at this point and just say, I think there's more of an organization to the wizard we encountered. He was speaking to someone, some authority, and if I'm not, did we see the figure of the wizard, by the way, that disappeared?
you did see the person they were speaking to. It did appear to be a high-ranking wizard of the Red Wizards of Frey.
Okay, and correct me if I'm wrong, but that guy was in this very shop, wasn't he?
You did see two wizards, both wearing red robes. One of them was not necessarily, as you know, to be an actual Red Wizard of Frey, and that was Raiden Cindermane. They just appeared to be a bit of a jerk. The other person was Raf Mondor, and they were, I would say, up there in the ranks.
Okay. As near as I can tell, the wizard that disappeared was some low-ranking member of the Red Wizards of Frey. So, the problem, it seems, runs deeper than just one madman.
That is disturbing news indeed, but I have picked up from your conversation that you did slay some orcs. Would those be the orcs from Wyron Tor?
Yep.
They gave us what for, but they're no longer a threat.
Well, the good news is that with the orc trouble taken care of, Treble Trail will be a safer place, and have been authorized from Stephen Blades to offer you a reward of 100 gold pieces for doing so, and that should be around here somewhere. And he pulls out a small bag of coins from below the desk. There you go, 100 gold pieces, counted it myself.
I'll nod my thanks and say, all in a day's work. Just ensure that what we've told you about that wizard makes it up the line as best as it can, with everyone being everywhere.
Oh, I assure you, I haven't been idle myself. I've been trying to find anything out I can about Cragmore Castle, but seems that the goblins have held the location well. I still have no luck in locating it.
Oh, we're hearing an attempt to cash in the garnets and the gemstoned eye patch.
Yeah, the gemstone eye patch, I believe, was taken by the goblin, and they wore that proudly, but they didn't take the gems. So they will be able to exchange those at 40% of value.
Also, was that 100 gold for the entire party?
It is for the entire
each?
party, yeah.
So I guess we split
25
it up. That'd be
apiece.
an extra 25 gold. So
Yeah, they're 100 gold pieces, so you will get 40 if you exchange them here. They actually do a good rate, which is 40 compared to most places. They might take a little bit lower, but you know, they do want to sell them over to jewelers to make a profit.
That's fine. So, I suppose if I add some of that into the funds I had earlier, then everyone will get just over 200 each.
There you go.
Ivy. Okay, I might try and buy some potions later, but going back to the scene at hand. I get Kit will speak up and say, so so you wanted to check Thunder Tree next after this, right? Remind me, was it just to see what happened to the town, or do you have some idea of what we're facing there?
Well, my understanding is that a druid named Raindorf the Druid, funnily enough, takes residence there. They're a member of the Emerald Enclave, and they should know the region rather well. They might even know the location of Cragmore Castle. Now, I don't know where they lie on everything. They're, shall we say, a non-combatant, but they may well be useful and could have some useful information for you. Weird, though. I've been told they're weird on multiple sources.
Oh,
Well, weird people
not the
make things
first.
interesting.
We say at the same time, make things interesting and not the first one we've run into.
He smiles and nods.
Actually, I'll ask this in character. Well, so long as we're here getting ready for the next stage of things, I haven't had the time to look around myself. So, by any chance, is there a place where a man of a wizard's trade might pick up a bit more arcane knowledge in this part of the world?
I'd like to help you, but alas, it was a miner's town. Awkwardly, the place would have been Thunder Tree while it was still there.
Fair enough.
Also, remind me, out of character, can we buy healing potions here, or again, is that somewhere else?
Healing potions are very rare.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
Are there any things with healing property?
Unfortunately, not that they could, not with actual in-game benefits.
I'm just trying to. I was just trying to figure what we can spend in this gold on, but at the moment it just seems like Kit's living wage.
Minra does pick up on this. My family did have a home in Thunder Tree before it erupted. There could still be something there of use for you. I wish I could help more.
Kit was. You don't have to. We'll take care and have a look. But thanks for the thanks for the tip.
This lady is like every NPC would be in an actual situation in any of these campaigns.
And then I get onto the honest and say, well, I guess either we rest or head straight out there. I'm a good either way.
I'll say.
What sort of time is it in?
By the time you get back there, and if you spend any time there resting, you would have travelled through the night and made it back to here early morning.
So we got 750 gold from the Orc's Cave, right?
Yes.
And we also just sold those garnets, right? Odin, how much did that come out to each?
Just over 200, isn't it? May as well. What, like 200? It's less than 205, I think.
Okay. So we haven't divvied up the 750 yet either. So we have quite a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I'm just trying to figure out if we have enough for me to upgrade my armor, because I could get the next tier of medium.
If you're looking about 187 each, and then 2 points of gold between somebody.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we have.
I have
150.
enough.
Nice.
What are you
So-
looking for?
I am looking for a breastplate. I'm in scale right now, but a breastplate would mean that I'm less bad at stealth.
Okay. Breastplate will be 400 gold pieces.
I have that on my own, so I will chip in all but 17 gold pieces for that armor upgrade, and I will trade out my scale for however much they want to buy that for.
Okay, the scale mail armor, they will take in at 20 gold pieces.
You know, the armors are exactly the same, except the breastplate doesn't give you disadvantage on stealth. That's it.
Yeah, and honestly, that's fine to me, because if we want to run stealth, then it's best that we only have one guy who can't do it.
It is
'Cause we've been
significantly
getting our
it's significantly lighter, so that is why.
Yeah, and basically my logic is we've been having our crap kicked in basically every encounter, so I'm going to try and be a little more careful about that.
Fair.
Do they sell plate mail?
They do have access to plate mail. Plate mail is very
How
expensive.
much is that going to?
It is 1,500 gold pieces.
Oof. Well, we'll see if you find that.
Probably will at this rate. I'm just checking armors to see if there's any point of me trying to upgrade. Let's see. We got pounded leather. Actually, rolling with my strip. No, probably
You also
not.
got a ring of protection from the Old Owl Well.
Yeah, have we long rested yet?
Yes, I would have said when you got back here, between the time you've been here, you can safely long rest here with no problem.
Okay.
As long as nobody else got a problem with it, because I've only got paper for armor. Otherwise, I would like to attune to it.
I'm all for it.
You can do that.
Mhm.
+1 to your armor class, and saves, I think.
Yep.
And I'll look around and see if I can get some studded leather, which is just the extra one, but it's the only other type of armor I can equip as a rogue, so.
Yeah, they have leather works here. Studded leather is 45 gold pieces.
That is fine.
It's not the most decorative. In fact, there's patches on the knees, so it may well be pre-loved. Is how he was told to sell it from Jamna, but nevertheless, it's functional.
Okay, so it's all functional. I've made sure it doesn't get me wet for no readily apparent reason, so it's all good.
Yeah, you also have to pop in an additional hole for your tail, but other than that, you're good.
Okay, so that's an extra one on the AC. All good.
As you guys are making your dealings and preparing to leave once again, having rested, Minra, who's pretty much been awkwardly hanging around the whole time, does make her way up to you, Kit.
Okay.
Listen, just once again, I want to, apologize for how I've acted. It's been very tough, and I really do wish you the best of luck and everything. And I'm a really complicated person. And then she gives you a kiss on the cheek. Bye.
It just sort of.
We just ran into a furry.
Kit just sort of stands there blinking, blushes a little.
She then pretends to be examining whatever's in front of her.
And just goes. He just utters, no problem. Okay, and just carries on.
I mean, can Kit even blush?
As far as you can tell.
He has the anime blush stickers.
Yeah.
I would like to weird thing here, but I would like to buy a little bandolier of like tin oil flasks for trap purposes.
I'm glad you said for trap purposes, because you started talking about furries, and then you're like, I want to buy oil.
No. That's Jonan's business.
I was like, what?
10, you say?
Yes, and if I'm not mistaken, from the calculations I've had to do in my own campaigns, that would be a full gold piece worth.
Yeah, they can certainly get you the oil flasks. It does take up a hefty amount of your backpack to hold 10, though.
Oh yeah, it's clay flasks. Let's do 5.
So you get 5 silver pieces.
Yep.
They do have a
I'll
lot
just
of
do
it
that.
for lighting lanterns and things like that.
Yeah.
Would
I'm going
I
to be
be
lighting
able to-
something with it.
Would I be able to procure some holy water? Is that available in this place?
Also, whilst you're checking it up, I'll quickly say that I take the time to fix the short bow.
Okay, yeah, that's easily done. It just needed a new string. So that's easy enough to put in place. It didn't, in fact, break. It was just non-operational on that fumble.
Also, while you're flicking through the book, do they sell metal polish?
They could certainly get some wax and polish you up.
Need a good buffing.
Do you want the premium service where they'll do it for you?
No. Well, I mean, I'm not sure how posable Ark is. I mean, I guess like if he's a machine, he should be able to like be all sorts of double jointed and
I just realized you'll be getting the treatment the Tin Man got in Wizard of Oz.
I mean, I've just in my head, it's just like him standing in sort of like a wooden shed, and like these massive like buffers just come out, like hands cranked like by like peasants.
Okay, the only temple of sorts there is a small shrine of luck, dedicated to Tamora, the goddess of luck and good fortune. Unfortunately, they don't really have the capabilities to produce anything of note from there, so no enchantments
For a
or
shrine
anything
of
like
good fortune, that is incredibly unfortunate.
that.
Oh dear God. Okay.
Okay, in that case, do they have just some
We're playing
iron and silver dust?
Okay, I thought we started to do like go fish here. Like, have you got any iron and silver dust? They could definitely get you small amounts of those as regent for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm after.
Silver
I was
dust.
thinking the holy water would be easier to get.
I mean, the iron dust they can just get from iron filings from the forge, and then the silver dust that'll pretty much cost you 1 silver.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right.
I'll go for that. I'm not sure
Yourselves
how much I need per thing.
stocked up and ready for action.
Sweet. And minus myself 1 silver. And then the polish of how much that costs.
The polish would be 1 silver to get it done, 5 silver for a premium, and Silver will attempt to buff you himself.
Yeah, we'll go for the premium service. I think Ark deserves it after the amounts of pain he's suffered.
All right. Now
Not that he
we're
feels
getting into
pain,
like
you know.
weird territory here, but yeah, he is going to put his hands on you.
I'm just imagining it just for Arg. It's like just a relaxing bath after a really hard day. He's just like,
All right, he goes to town. He's going for it.
Oh boy.
He's shining it up.
amazing.
He's definitely proud of his craft and thankful for your help. You are properly shiny afterwards.
Ooh, blast.
I've got to ask, how many Warforged does he polish a year to offer this as a standard service?
Well, it's normally the sort of thing I would do to knights in their armor. They like their polished shields, they like their fancy look, but I've never done it to a metal man before. I kept eye contact throughout.
Did Ark just get
Your service is appreciated.
Did Ark just get massage ASMR for robots?
Gotta look your best in case you come across, a metal lady.
An Iron Maiden, you might say.
Hey.
All right.
Uh,
And on that note,
Would you guys like to head out now?
the entire town rests on our shoulders.
we're,
Incredibly polished shoulders.
Hey.
This is why we're the B team, and the Horde party is the A team.
Anyway, continue.
Your next destination would be Thundertree if that's where you want to head.
Yep, heading out.
That would take you to essentially the other side, far up from the high road, assuming you went by the roadside and not through the forest. But yeah, that will take you there. I will move you guys to that location if that's where you would like to go. You make your way to Thundertree. Gradually, the trail becomes an old, overgrown lane winding between dilapidated buildings choked in vines and brush. Ahead of you, in the middle of the settlement, rises a steep hill, upon which stands a stone tower with a partially collapsed roof and an adjoined cottage. A dirt road hugs the base of the hill and winds its way between old stone houses, many of which are roofless ruins with interiors open to the weather. Other buildings appear to be more or less intact. The whole place is eerily silent. A wooded sign is nailed to a post nearby. It reads, "Danger. Plant monsters and zombies. Turn back now." And that's where you find yourselves.
I am instantly going to look around and see if I can see any signs of zombies and plant monsters.
Okay, you can make...
Yeah, I'm gonna stare at the tree.
Okay. Which tree? The one just next to you?
Any tree.
Okay. That's the closest tree.
Is this a plant monster?
Alright, so directly ahead of you, there's some thick growth that blocks most of your sight where the trees are. The road winds its way around the corner to your right. It also leads to two buildings on either side of you. Each of them is partially ruined. Same for yourself. The same for yourself, Ark.
Okay, so goes, well, no sign of them, but I guess they could be buried in the ground somewhere.
If we know there's monsters around, do we maybe want to make noise and draw them to us rather than getting surprised?
That's actually a good idea. Do we have anything that can make a lot of noise or attract their attention?
Maybe. And I'll attempt to use minor illusion to mimic the sounds of maybe monster noises, roars.
Okay, you make a big growl akin to what you may have heard from an ogre. It echoes down. You can hear from afar a roar. A low growl starts to pick up pace quite far away, wherever it is. It's coming from the east.
Are we able to make a nature roll to determine what it is?
You can try that, yeah? Alright, you're not completely certain what it is, but wherever it was big.
Maybe we should be quiet.
That's why I invested in this.
Right. Do you want me to go ahead, or shall we all move as a group?
I think we're better off together.
Yeah, good plan. Good plan. Good plan. All right. I guess stealth rolls for all of us then.
No longer disadvantaged.
Hey,
Oh,
Oof.
oh no.
it was a noble fort. It was a noble fort.
What is happening?
Oh, come on.
It was disadvantage, but at least it wasn't on.
So essentially, you choose to go stealthy, to which all of you simply start moving on tippy toes, but not actually hiding yourselves in any way, shape, or form.
Freaking B team.
Oh, jeez. I guess another perception check just to see if I can see any signs of the large monster. Please be a better roll. Okay, that's better.
You're looking around. If it was anywhere, it would be to the to this direction, past the undergrowth, towards the large tower.
Okay, so I actually, that's a point. Which direction are we heading to first? Are we investigating these ruins or just heading towards the loud roar?
You were not told where the druid would be, just that they would be here. They
Okay.
I think
There's also a couple of houses we were told to check out. One for the amulet, and then one by the shopkeeper. So we may as well check all the buildings.
Fair
yeah,
enough.
I figure for now the safe thing is let's check the ruins, work our way south, and clear out anything that might want to help the big thing.
Okay then, so I guess the first thing to do would be to shall we investigate this one here or the one next to it?
The first one, I guess, is closer-ish.
Okay,
Works
so
for
we
me.
are down there.
Alright, the first cottage you come to is cowering in the shadows of an old tree is a crumbled stone cottage with no roof. Weeds are rampant inside.
But no living people, so I guess I'll take a quick look at the other one. Oh no.
Okay, the next cottage you come to is ruined side-by-side cottages that look as though they might have been the homes of prosperous shopkeepers or well-off farmers in their time. All that remains are collapsed walls and piles of debris. Several young trees have grown up in the midst of the ruins.
Ed looks back at the others and just sort of said, "Doesn't look like there's anyone here. Should we move on?"
I'll check this one out. I'll make an investigation roll in this cottage.
Okay. You'll have to go inside to make an investigation. Which you do. You're looking around. If there's anything that you can find, it's probably below the plant surface, which has taken up much of the cottage that was there. You're trying to pull out stones and things like that, but they're caught in weeds and roots. So nothing there that you can grab.
Might
I
take
get-
10 minutes if we've got the time at the moment, and I'll cast Detect Magic. That'll help with searching.
Okay.
Alrighty. Whilst he's doing that, I guess I'll tentatively do an investigation check inside here.
You catching that as a ritual.
Yes.
Yeah, so you start preparing your spell. It's going to take you 10 minutes, and you start making your way in there, Kit. Did you want to look around there whilst you are there?
That would be the more sensible thing to do. So, I presume perception rather than investigation.
Perception if you want to look, investigation if you want to dive in there. Alright,
Okay, 15.
perception check, you make your way, you look inside. You're looking around, and there's plants everywhere, weeds covering the entire area. To which point, you look down at a plant structure ahead of you, and you're almost certain that the plant has eyes. At which point, it reaches out and tries to grab you as you step back in shock. That will be initiative rolls.
Oh god, sorry.
We used the natural 20.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I didn't get a 1.
Alright, combat has started. You did catch them before they surprised you. They did have a false appearance, so as long as they stood still, they looked exactly like plants. With that said, Loris, you got a natural 20, giving you 24 initiative. The creatures got 18, Art got 10, Kit got 6, and then Rack was obviously concentrating on their spell, so they got a 4. With that, Loris, you're up.
Okay, so Loris has the wisdom of a frozen shrimp, but even he is able to put together that plant plus fire equals ashes. So, firebolt on this one that's just tried to grab Kit.
Alright, go for it. That is not a hit. They're slightly more armored than with a natural armor than the zombies were, I'm afraid. Firebolt goes in, almost catches Kit's tail, but misses. Anything else?
Well, at least that's not. At least that was a cantrip, and I didn't waste a spell slot. I'll just stand ready back here.
Okay, it comes around to the twig brights. One of them makes its way around here. They seem to come out crawling from the second cottage as well. From your perspective, Kit, they're also coming up in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
And from around the side as well. Some of them appear to be emerging. One of them just about makes it to Rack. So, Loris, you're going to take a hit from one of the twig blights that tries to claw you. And that's going to be a natural one. This is what I get.
Get stuck on my breastplate, I just rip it off.
This is what I get for causing all those ones for you guys earlier. And this one goes on for Rack, that's a 15. And then for Kit, looking at 8. That's going to be 4 points of damage for yourself, Rack. And then it does move around to Ark.
I'll move myself down in position here and
Gonna chop up some plants. Somehow, that is not a hit. You're coming in for the strike, but you're so finely polished that you're not used to your movement and the aerodynamics from your attacks now, because you're cutting through the air quicker.
BT,
it'd be a shame to spoil the shine on this sword.
Anything else, Ark?
No, I'll save all my bag of tricks.
Okay, Kit, you're up.
Okay, time to do some gardening.
That is a hit.
Thank God.
It is weeded.
Okay, nice. So that fit is gone. So, Kid's going to do the sensible faded back up, and as he does so, he's going to use his bonus action to again try to use the spinning dagger to distract this guy and give Ark advantage on him next time.
It looks like it's looking up to you and acknowledging what you're doing, as if it does understand your words. Rack, you're up.
I'll acid splash the two in front of me.
Okay, it's going to be dexterity saves. The one ahead gets a 16, the other one gets a natural 20. So no acid on these plants. As you try and spray them. I imagine that's everything?
Yep.
Loris, you're up.
Okay. Surely Ark can handle a few twigs. I'm going to move here and green flame blade on this one.
Okay, make your attack. That is just a miss, I'm afraid. Missing on the natural armor.
Oh man, okay. Believe it or not, that's my entire turn again.
Alright, it goes back around to the creatures, the twig blights, make their way forward. Those of them that remain, that is. And you're in a good position, Kit, because you're not going to take any attacks. But I can't say the same for everyone else. So Rack, you're going to take a claw. That's a 6.
Hey!
And then Ark, you're going to take a claw. That is a 23.
Oh, come on.
You had to say it, Sven, didn't you?
Well, lucky it's only 6 points of piercing damage. And then Loris, you're unfortunately in a position where you're going to take 3 claws.
Okay.
And that is A 19 is a 19 and a 20.
Shield.
Okay, your shield comes in and defends you from those strikes. It goes around to Ark.
Well, luckily I've got advantage on this.
The hit, let's
I'm
see
gonna
if you
roll.
get a critical. You still hit, however. Alright, you cut that thing in two.
Okay, yeah, that'll.
If that's everything, it'll move on to Kit.
Okay. I move up to stab this one that's attacking Loris.
Alright, go for it.
Appreciated.
Stabby stabby.
Back stab it.
That is definitely a hit.
Okay, so roll that. And add the 2d6.
That is, you won't need the 2d6 because you definitely cut it to
Okay.
bits.
Okay, and that, and with the one in front of Loris, I'll just as a bonus action yell at him. Ooh, what's that? And give Loris advantage on his next turn as I back.
Okay,
off
you
to
distract another one of them,
And
make you escape.
yeah,
Rack, you're up.
I'll fight twigs with twigs and hit this one with my staff.
Okay. Alright, you branch out with that attack, but it doesn't get it, I'm afraid. Tried to hit it with the ugly stick, but it was no effect.
Oh, you really got the short end of the stick on that one.
Got shafted that time.
Anything else,
Man,
Rack?
these jokes are really wooden.
Nah, I'll leave it for now.
Hey.
Loris, you're up.
Well, let's see if I can't turn over a new leaf. Green
Stop.
flame blade on the one in front of me.
Okay. Okay, make your attack roll. That is definitely a hit.
17. Okay.
oh,
And the damage comes in, and it'll leap to the next one. And
Max damage.
that is definitely...
If my hunch is correct and they are weak to fire, that's 6.
If it is indeed fire damage, then it does destroy it. It burns it up tremendously.
Okay, awesome. Found a worthy strategy.
Alright. If that's you done, it will go back around to those that remain.
I'm gonna move back into the melee. Because so
Okay.
far I've been doing a good job of sponging some of their attention.
With that said, you will sponge the attacks. You're going to take 2, and then Rack will take 1. So Rack's going to get a claw attack in for a 22, and then 2 for Loris, which are an 11 and a 7. So that 22 is going to be 4 points of piercing damage, and then it'll come around to Ark.
I will attack the one that just hit Rack.
Alright, Vengeance.
I rolled, but it's not showing up. Oh, there it goes.
Alright, pausing for dramatic effect, I'm sure. You get ready for your strike. That is a hit. And if there's any way you're not destroying it, but roll anyway. There you go. Slash it down. Doing
I
some
like to-
gardening.
I like to imagine that Paul is his arc just going, lock it on, lock it on.
Anything else?
No, that'll be it.
Alright, Kit, you're up.
Okay, let me just double check. Okay, it's going to use my full movement, but I'll go down to stab this one.
Okay.
Hopefully if I hit the when Manova gets sneak attack on.
There you go.
on, So
I took it out before the need of any sneak damage. Nothing subtle about that strike. You skewer it.
okay, and I'm going to make an offhand attack against the one in front of Loris.
I go for it.
Okay,
Draw a
so
dagger for your offhand strike. Oh, I saw that roll off a 20 as well. It is a hit. Just a d4 damage though.
yeah, so that would be if I can actually see the D4. Where did it go? It's a 1. So
Alright, you nip it. You lightly trim some leaves off that one.
Okay, and that's my turn.
Okay, Rack, over to you.
I'll attempt to light it up with a firebolt.
Alright, the firebolt comes in to the melee. That is a hit. You completely explode that plant, and the remains of which fly out in different directions on fire and start burning up what's left of any of the twig blights that are still moving, as the whole situation goes up in flames. With that, the twig blights are all removed from this fight. And it comes to an eerie silence once again.
I just had a burning desire to axe that one a question.
So, Kit shoots his weapons for now and then goes, okay, lesson learned. Don't just looking things randomly. It's fine. Plants are trying to kill us. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm going to stop firebolting the plants in this room just in case they move.
You do indeed. They take the hits. Nothing tries to suddenly capture you in a giant plant tentacle or anything like that. They just appear to be like regular plants.
So,
We didn't search the other cottage yet, have we?
You did not search the other cottage yet, no.
Yeah, I just made a perception check inside and got set upon by plants.
Ah.
I'll also investigate, because I'm trained in it.
You're looking around, Rack, but you've kind of got absorbed with this tendency to just keep blasting the weeds. However, Loris, you are able to be a bit more successful in your findings. It is possible that a merchant once lived here and hid something beneath the flagstones in the floor. As you do search the interior of the cottage, your check does reveal that there is an old chest among the roots of trees growing up through the house, and it actually contains 90 gold pieces inside of it.
Nice. I believe that's 22 and... Huh.
And then 2 left over, depending on where you want to put it.
Yeah. I guess just drinking money. 22 apiece plus drinking money.
Not a bad job. For
And-
trimming the weeds.
And I will make one perception check to see if that fighter's caused anything else to move.
Alright, you look out once again.
Wait for it. There we go.
Alright, you're seeing absolutely no change in the surroundings outside.
I'll try
Okay.
the detect magic again.
Alright, you spend 10 minutes honing your skills and detecting magic.
This time, Kit just sits still and doesn't move.
As the magic comes to form, you finally complete your ritual. Within 30 feet of you, you don't detect anything that's not already on your allies.
And then I'll move to the previous room.
Same deal, I'm afraid, despite the fact that many of the roots have now been singed by your previous activities.
Yeah, no worries.
That leaves you with the road winding around to the south, or the area up north, undiscovered.
Kit just sort of silently makes pointing motions just to essentially ask the others, tall building or the college nearby?
My vote goes to the cottage, just to make sure we're not going to be ambushed by the weeds again.
That building you're heading to at the moment did have twig blights inside of it. They came out of that when you began the melee.
Okay. I sort of gesture as like, Rack, if you want to do the honors just in case.
Yeah, I'll take a look.
You search there with your detect magic active. Nothing shows up from your magical aura at this point.
I'll also do an investigation just to be fair.
Okay, go for it. You're picking up pieces of stone. With what happened in the previous room, you think surely there's got to be something under these flagstones, and you're digging away, but there's nothing under there but worms.
So that just
So-
leaves...
More buildings to the south.
Yeah. More buildings to the south or the big one up there?
My press to talk wasn't held down. I'll just give an indicating thumb in the direction of the building to the south
Alright.
as my vote.
As we creep up to it, does the door look locked in any way?
It actually does. You can see a squirrel poke its head out to the far side. And it appears to be watching you.
Okay.
Can I investigate the squirrel?
You may attempt to.
Weirdest question ever, but do I recognize the squirrel? Because I know a squirrel gave us a bag of beans.
Alright, before you can jog your memory, or before you can investigate it, Ark, you proceed to walk towards it. It throws an acorn at your head, and it bounces off with a ping. It then scurries quickly into this building ahead of you.
Is that door open, or did it just like slip through a crack?
It appeared to slip through a small hole that was around about its size.
Okay, I guess I'll try picking this lock.
What about this door on the east side?
It does appear to be closed with a lock on it.
What is the door made of?
The door is made of wood.
Okay, I'm going to try and use my feet tools to pick the locks. So, it says dexterity, so let's give it a shot.
Alright, you put your tools to bear just in front of the lock, but before you even touch it, it clicks and the door swings open. As does the next door as you are coming around the other side, Ark, potentially with the idea of, I'm going to smash this thing.
I was thinking that, how could you tell?
That fighter mentality, though.
You know, wooden door meet giant metal boot.
Kid starts getting nervous, going, I'm handy with these, but not that good. And then I guess I just sort of very slowly but gingerly open the door.
This small house appears to be in better condition than the ruined and dilapidated structures nearby. The doors were reinforced on the outside, and thick shutters protect the windows. Inside, it actually appears to be somewhat comfortable. A fire is already roaring as you come inside. Tables and chairs have been laid out. On the table in the center of the room, there is even a small bag of what appears to be beans left ahead of you. The squirrel scurries its way to one corner of the room. Ah, I'm pleased you finally made it here. We have much to discuss. And that's where we're going to leave this session.
Oh, nice.
It does appear...
I knew that squirrel was a druid the whole time, but Loris was not smart enough to figure that out.
And with that said, guys, we're going to see what nutty business will transpire next time on The Lost Mines. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next time.
Hopefully next time will be tougher nuts to crack.